Once again, Michael, keep on hoping that I never cut to you sooner than need to. Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Father and Mother's Basement, the show that basically celebrates being a geek. I'm Jason.
And I am your balding friend, Michael.
Yes, I was like, Michael does not have a hat this time. Don't tell him, chat room. So how you been, Michael? What have you been up to this past week?
Working my butt off, getting ready for next week. Doing stuff. I mean, not really a lot going on. I'm sorry for jumping out of frame. There we go. Better. I mean, better. There we go. Okay,
yes.
Good. Not a lot, actually. I've been kind of boring this week. It's been busy.
All right.
Although there is one thing I did. I achieved Exalted with, not Golden Lotus and another group. Crap, I don't remember who it was. Ah!
You played a lot of WoW. I had fun with it.
Did a lot of WoW.
Very nice. I haven't played any WoW the past week. I need to renew my sub. Watched a crap load of stuff, and
great raids, dude.
I
we
know.
actually did Pandaren normals yesterday.
God damn it.
we did Shadowpan Monastery.
Mm-hmm.
We did what's the Mogushan Palace.
Mm-hmm.
We did the day before. You need to get back in game, dude.
I will get back in game, but I was busy. I caught up on a lot of great anime. People who watched on Anime Break caught up on that. And then I spent the past couple days doing something nice for Mother's Day, which was my aunt. Go ahead.
Happy Mom's Day to all you moms out there. And moms of animals count.
Okay, good point.
Animal parents count.
This is true. About, I would say 6 months ago, my aunt actually upgraded her home theater setup, and basically kind of like what you have with your fathers, that if they upgrade, we kind of get all the old stuff, which is still fantastic good stuff. And so she gave the family a complete Bose entertainment system.
Nice.
So I mean,
is this the one your brother proceeded to break a speaker on? And
I'll get to that. So the past couple days, my brother and I are setting it up, drilling into the walls, and we had to paint the cables to try to match the decor and everything. So that was fun. We get everything done. We're almost ready to go. I'm wiring in the last cable, and my brother is up in the corner trying to paint the last bit of wiring, but he hits his head on the rear left speaker, which breaks the support beam, drops the speaker 10 feet, or actually 6 feet, sorry, 6 feet onto a couple vases. Of course, they all were destroyed. And yeah, I was like, Bose speakers aren't really cheap to replace.
No, they're not. They're not. And even no high, no low Bose is, yeah.
Well, thankfully, after I took a moment after calmed down, and I took apart the speaker and realized it was the casing that was busted, but all the speaker components, like the cone, perfectly fine. I was really lucked out. So
you patched it.
I patched it, put it back up, used a lot of super glue, and I have a couple support wires up there to make damn sure that if this thing falls again, it's gonna cause a hole in the wall and not break on the ground.
Like duct tape before says, light side, dark side, holds everything together.
And of course, no home theater's install is complete until you play the THX WoW disc.
Amen.
So I was like, all right, and throw that in the Blu-ray player and crank.
And did you proceed to literally rock the house?
Oh, my dogs were afraid.
Especially right about the point you start getting into the fight scene in Indiana Jones.
Yeah, well, they started to get scared right at the beginning, right at the beginning where THX logo comes in.
Right.
Because one of my dogs, they've seen this stuff, next to the TV for the longest time. They don't know what the heck it is, so they thought it was just something inert. It's not going to bother them. So one's lying right next to it. And I crank the sub.
Oh,
she got scared, looked up at me, and bolted. I felt bad, but then I watched the THX WoW disc, and I was good.
Oh man, that's funny. That's sad. It's kind of cruel, but hilarious
I
at the same
babied her
time.
afterwards and gave her a treat. She was fine after that. But now she knows. Big black rumbly thing, stay away from it.
It might eat you.
So, but thankfully, there's actually the setup included a second sub. So
Oh,
I put
nice.
that behind the sofa. So
Oh,
rumbly,
sweet.
rumbly, rumbly.
So the couch goes.
Let's just say this thing kicks out some nice wubs.
I bet.
So that's my past few days, going through all that chaos.
Nice.
But enough about. Should we get into all the crazy news? All in the. We're gonna stick with a lot of Hollywood stuff today, I guess.
Yeah, there's a lot of Hollywood stuff, and there's a lot of WTF stuff. Well, there's one in particular
Okay.
WTF
Yeah, there's a
thing.
nice blend of the two, and they have to do with pretty much almost the same thing. Let's start off with some good news, shall we?
Yes.
ABC. Of course, around this time frame, you see a lot of companies try to pitch their pilots for brand new series to all the major networks.
Hmm.
Well, a couple of them were picked up, a couple were not. One that was surprisingly passed up on, and I think it was a good thing, was the Beverly Hills Cop show.
Wow, I'm glad that didn't
Yeah,
get picked up.
I saw clips from the pilot episode, and I went, no, 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 no. Does not
Who'd they
look
get to
good.
replace Eddie Murphy in it?
It would be his character's son, following in the footsteps. That's what they wanted to do. Yeah, it was not going to work.
Yeah.
But ABC finally confirmed, and we all knew it was inevitable.
Considering they're owned by Disney.
Yeah.
Hey, weekly Disney spot.
There's a lot of stuff by Disney today. Hit check. There we go.
I wish. I wish there was a check.
Yeah, there we go. But ABC confirmed that they are picking up Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yes.
There is teaser footage you can find online. We're not going to show it because, one, we don't want to spoil it, and two, it's only 7 seconds long, so you can go online and see it for yourself.
And three, the Disney attack lawyers will come out.
Yes, they will.
Disney is not shy about their attack lawyers.
True, true. So you basically we've already talked about this so many times. I mean, what else can we state? Joss
Other than
Whedon
it's finally
directed.
happening.
What's up?
It's finally happening, and it'll be the first Joss Whedon title on ABC.
This is true. He co-wrote it along with his brother Jed and Jed's wife, who also they all work together on the Dollhouse series. So he already has some good talent there.
Mhm.
I'm wondering how many episodes ABC will pick up because they never really state. ABC just stated, you know what, we're picking up Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Here's an image of the logo as you see right there. Here's an image of the cast. Yes, we know that Clark Gregg is coming back as Agent Coulson. That is awesome, which means Director Fury trolled all the Avengers, and we've gone through this for months on end.
Yeah.
So
Well, unless this is pre-Avengers.
this is post Avengers.
Okay, then it's definitely he
Yeah.
trolled them. Yeah.
The great thing about this is the possibility of a huge amount of Marvel superhero crossovers.
And cameos.
There's already been talks about bringing some of the Avengers in as cameos. Robert Downey Jr. has already said he's open to the idea of a cameo appearance. So you have, of course, you'll have some Stark tech all over the place, but you might be able to see Tony Stark himself. We're not going to try to get into the whole thing with Marvel saying they might need to. They may not be able to renew Robert Downey Jr.'s contract, and you might get someone else to play Tony Stark. We're not even going to get into that. So, I haven't even seen
He's up for negotiation.
that, and he also made for lack of a better phrase, a shit ton of money off of the Avengers.
Oh yeah,
Because
he did.
he had a deal to share the profits. So all the other cast and crew got like $3 to $5 million apiece. He got like 70.
He's a smart man.
He's a damn smart man.
He's Tony fucking Stark.
Yeah, so this is true. So this is going to happen sometime in hopefully 2014. So Joss Whedon, get to writing. I want to see this.
Yeah. Well, and what's funny is the thing is he's had. I mean, you mentioned Dollhouse, the team that wrote Dollhouse. The only problem with Dollhouse is Dollhouse was not as well received as it should have been. It was
I
actually
agree.
a really cool story setup and everything, but the network and the typical suit stupidity just let it flounder. I mean, they did one season, and the way they wrapped it up when they found out they weren't getting renewed.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, that's worse than when they tried to wrap up B5 in a short time. You know.
Mm-hmm.
I hope they should. I hope they actually give it a shot and don't get stupid with it.
I agree. It'd be awesome if they do that. Let's talk about another company that is they have all these options of brand new series or to continue series that they already own. Then we get to Fox, who doesn't have really a stellar track record when it comes to these things.
But likes to raise the dead.
Yeah, they do. My God, do they? Especially in this bit, Fox decided, you know what? We ended 24 a couple years ago after 8 seasons. That should be plenty. And you left so much time, let go since then. I mean, yes, there was talk of making a 24 movie, which I don't know if that would work in a movie format.
You get 2 hours to do a day instead of 1 hour.
Yeah, probably.
Or 3 if they get really creative.
I mean, yes, at the end, what I've been told at the end of season 8, it was very open-ended. They could easily bring back Jack Bauer and continue on. Apparently Fox wants to do so. They made the announcement that they're going to bring back 24 for season 9. However, unlike the past seasons format, the tried and true format of each hour of a show equals an hour of that day of 24 hours. So you have 24 episodes. No, this 9th season's only going to have 13 episodes. So they're already screwing with the formula.
Oh, God.
They don't know if they'll get the entire, cast back. I don't know. I lost interest in in 24 after like season 3. I mean, this is turning into literally the Die Hard of TV series. It really is. Jack Bauer is John McClane.
Yeah. Not only has to use Easter eggs, and then it's a complete.
I mean, yes.
Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker.
I don't know. I look at this and I don't know. I mean, did you ever watch 24 at all, Michael? Does that have anything?
I saw
no?
part of it. I tried to get into it. I couldn't. I mean, maybe now it's been a few years. I can go back and look at it.
Mm-hmm.
But it's okay. How many times is the world going to be in peril? It's sort of like, oh, well, after a while, it's like superheroes. I actually honestly have to wonder if, Superman doesn't end a day after saving the world and going, why do I bother? They're just going to need rescuing tomorrow.
That kind of reminds me of
What's the effing point?
That reminds me of the intro sequence from Incredibles when they did all the interview scenes, and
yeah.
Mr. Incredible pretty much says the exact same thing.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
I don't know. Fox, I can't remember the last series that I watched regularly on Fox, so.
Fringe.
I didn't really get into that much into Fringe
I
until I moved to jump stations.
Oh, I loved Fringe. Fringe was awesome. I'm missing a season of it, but
you are?
That's so.
Oh, okay.
I need to get caught up.
All right. Should we move on to just some funny stuff in Hollywood?
Well, yeah. Let's talk about. Oh, I'm curious about 14, and then we have to talk about 16.
Yeah, well, let's talk about this upcoming movie. We know Michael Bay has been going back and forth about we're remaking Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
And they're aliens.
Although recently he came out and reneged the fact that it's not going to be an alien backstory, but they are going to tweak the backstory regardless. So it may not be aliens, but it'll be alien ooze. I don't know. Who freaking knows?
Well, you never really knew where No, you did find out where the ooze came from because it came from Shredder Industries.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. Ooh, boy.
I mean, considering they wanted to, in the first draft that was actually leaked online, which I downloaded and read, and it's still available online. You can find it. They changed the whole ninja army to a group of soldiers in a secret military operation headed by the reappropriated version of the Shredder, which is named Colonel Schrader. They're doing a massive, horrible play on words.
But it'll be filled with base explosions.
Base explosions and massive amounts of CG, well, mocap CG. Here, I mean, this is what I'm talking about. This is a shot that was taken recently from the current film shoot for the movie. Those are your turtles, my friends.
Those are your turtles in bondage.
Yeah.
Those are interesting mocap suits.
Especially with the giant shells on their back.
We got the giant shells and the grid patterning.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of interesting. Sorry, I'm looking at this from a geek perspective, not from a...
Oh, from the tech perspective, that's amazing what they're doing in terms of the mocap design.
Yeah, and the fact that the system could probably read those grids.
Not to mention, not only is it doing mocap, it's also doing face detection. So all their facial expressions being captured, which will be used and put into the CG characters.
Oh, man.
What I want to see is actually...
I don't have faith for this. I really don't have faith in this title.
What I
sorry.
really want to see in this is actually video of these actors in these mocap suits trying to fight.
Oh, God.
Because watching the classic trilogy of, in the rubber suits and everything, I mean, those were really heavy and very hot suits.
They actually did surprisingly good in those rubber suits, though.
They did, but you know what? It was still entertaining, and those hark back to the days when I would watch Power Rangers when I was a kid.
Yeah.
This, on the other hand, not so much.
But at the same time, I mean, I don't know. I adapted to the numbers 1 and 2 of the Transformers series. Bay made some serious changes, but they kind of made sense. Mm-hmm. And they kind of worked a bit. His logic for changing Optimus Prime from a flat nose to a full truck, his logic was sound.
Mm-hmm.
Other stuff that they did, okay, that kind of made sense. But then it just got stupid. Basically about the point they lost Megan Fox. Which is funny because I wasn't a big Megan Fox fan, but the series was good.
True. But then you get Megan Fox, who made amends with Michael Bay, and she's playing freaking April O'Neil in this movie.
Oh my God.
So why?
Wait. Does that mean we get an April shower scene?
Oh.
That's what the fanboys want.
Rule 34, go!
Yeah, exactly. 34, April O'Neil, shower, go.
Oh, man.
Oh,
That would be funny as hell.
I'm not holding out much hope for this. I want to be I really want to try and like this because the CG film that Imagi did
Mm-hmm.
deserved way more credit than it got.
Yes,
it was
yes.
really fucking good. And unfortunately, between that and the poor reception of that and the poor reception and the craptastic Astro Boy killed Imagi, which just sucks. They were in the middle of Gotchaman, which was probably going to be really fucking good.
Yeah, the trailer was amazing, and then of course they lost the rights and they bankruptcy and blah blah blah.
It's just the rights. They had the rights up until the point they closed.
Mm-hmm.
Up until the point they went bankrupt, they had the rights.
Now there's a live action version coming out next summer, I think.
Somebody needs to pick up the assets of the original and just roll with it.
Yeah, I agree completely.
That's an argument we've had before.
Yes. Well, let's go from bad to worse.
Oh my God. Okay, shall I start this one?
Oh, yeah, just go for it. I'm going to play the first look footage in the background. There's no audio, so...
You guys remember a while ago when I talked about this comic I came across that by all stretch means should have been pretty cool, called Big Hero 6? That was, to put Nikki's word to it, completely tarded. Yeah. For some reason, Disney thinks they're going to adapt that to the screen.
Let me give you the official synopsis so we can all laugh at this together. From Walt Disney Animation Studios comes Big Hero 6, an action comedy adventure about brilliant robotics prodigy Hiro Hamada, who finds himself in the grips of a criminal plot that threatens to destroy the fast-paced, high-tech city of San Francisco. I'm not... Japan takes over the United States and merges San Francisco to Tokyo, so it's San Francisco.
そうですね。
With the help of his closest companion, a robot named Baymax, Hiro joins forces with the reluctant team of his first-time crime fighters on a mission to save the city.
Baymax
It's
was, like,
essentially
the only good
X-Men
character
that's
in that comic.
Go ahead.
Baymax was like the only good character in the comic.
Essentially, it's a retarded version of X-Men sanctioned by the Japanese government.
Oh, jeez.
And, I mean, all that Disney gives us is just this look, and I'm just going to play it in side screen here. This is just how it's going to look. It's going to be all CG.
Which is actually potentially, I mean, if you're going to do this form, this is the way to do it.
They could have gone live action and made it really bad.
Worse. Yeah.
But it's funny, they give this, like, big announcement and saying, hey, you should check out this first look footage. You don't see a picture of any character. You don't see a picture of any action. You see a cityscape of San Francisco.
Which
That's
is
all we see.
Surprisingly well rendered.
I mean, it from a tech standpoint, doing the separate, from a tech standpoint, it looks great. I like the render. I like the lighting effects. That looks cool. Not with the content of this godforsaken series.
They have to do a massive rewrite to make that shit work.
Mm-hmm. And the only reason why this got an approval is because the people that wanted to create this created a giant pitch to John Lasseter, who himself is an outspoken fan of Japanese animation. So he went, well, if we push on that and say, this is the comic book version of a Ghibli film, Lasseter's sure to say yes, and he did. Why?
Well, let us hope that they look at the story, that somebody with a brain looks at the script, looks at the original comic, and says, we'll keep the characters, F the story.
I'm honestly,
rewrite.
Yeah. I'm honestly hoping that, given that their currently scheduled release date, which is fall 2014, which is just a few short weeks after Guardians of the Galaxy is supposed to be come out in theaters.
I'm so looking to forward to that.
That
Raccoon.
one's going to be amazing. I'm hoping.
Guardians of the Galaxy is going to be epic just for Rocket Raccoon, if nothing else.
Yes. But then to follow up Guardians of the Galaxy with Big Hero 6. Let's just end this and move on.
All right, let's fire all of our animators and then create crop. God.
All right.
Wow, just freaking wow.
Let's talk about some good news, shall we? We're going this roller coaster up and down, and let's go up.
Okay.
I am a huge fan of the IT Crowd. The BBC comedy is absolutely amazing.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's one of the best geek-centric series you can find on TV today. Well, used to. The IT Crowd's been around for a while. They've been around for, I think, 5 seasons. Now, the only downside to this being that the way the BBC does their seasons or series, as they call them, they usually only last 5 or 6 episodes a season, as opposed to like the 13 or 24 you get over here stateside.
Well, yeah, but okay, for the record, that's usually for their special short seasons. I mean, they actually have series that are normal run.
True.
Not many, like Being Human got a real run.
Mm-hmm.
So did Misfits of Science,
Mm-hmm.
or not Misfits of Science, just Misfits. Misfits of Science was a completely other lame show. But yeah, Being Human did. So did Orphan. Have you caught any of Orphan Black?
Oh, I love Orphan Black.
Oh my God, that show's epic.
We'll get that to the end.
That's so epic.
But yeah, IT Crowd lasted 4 seasons over in Britain, and I remember NBC actually picked up the rights to make their own version stateside, and they actually brought some of the original cast over to reprise their own roles. If you search online, you can find the pilot episode, and it is almost verbatim the first episode, just with a couple character changes.
You're talking about the American version?
Yeah, the American version, because
you
have
Being Human was the same way. Being Human just basically copied the British Being Human.
This is
except they had a much better looking guy.
my dog is barking.
They had a much better looking guy as the vampire. But other than that,
I mean, they brought over Richard Ayoade, I think is his last name. He plays Moss.
Oh yeah.
He came over stateside to reprise his own role. Roy was played by some American, and it sucked. I'm glad it never went into production. But reason why we're bringing this up, there was supposed to be a 5th season of IT Crowd. Never happened.
Mm-hmm.
Until now, kind of. My dog is freaking loud. I'll get it her in a moment.
Don't worry about it. Let it go.
But instead of continuing on the series with the 5th and final season, they decided to bring the entire cast and crew together for one final episode. This was to be a conclusion to everything within the IT Crowd universe.
Uh-oh. Are they going to show? Is she going to show off the internet again? That was like the best troll ever.
Oh, that was great. Do not take flash pictures of the internet. It will destroy it. But yeah, so there's going to be a final episode. I think it's going to be pretty long. They haven't specified exactly how long, but it's one final run. I'm looking forward to this. I forget. Didn't some company pick up the rights to show the IT Crowds stateside? Was it like IFC or somebody or?
IFC usually imports a lot of British stuff,
Mm-hmm.
but I hadn't heard anything concrete.
Okay.
That doesn't mean they didn't. It just means I hadn't stumbled across it yet.
That's true. I know you can watch, I think, all 4 seasons on Netflix right now. So,
Oh, really?
if you guys haven't watched it yet, go watch it. It is absolutely hilarious. And for anybody who's ever worked in IT, some of the jokes are just going to ring so true.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Or IT or tech support. I mean, oh my God.
It's going to be amazing. So when we get some more information about this final episode, we will let you guys know. Hopefully, maybe BBC America will get off their ass and actually license this or something.
They may. They're pulling out some really cool stuff.
Mm-hmm. What about the series that surprised at least me? And I'm a big fan of it now. I wasn't at first.
It kind of surprised me that it was as good as it was.
Yeah, we were talking about Defiance, the sci-fi
Which is
original
only
series.
3 or 4 episodes in.
Mm-hmm. This was a huge gamble for sci-fi and the companies behind it, because I forget how many tens of millions of dollars they threw at this, because not only do you have a fairly complex series, and you have numerous aliens, you have to create different languages, a bunch of CG, different backgrounds, tons of green screen, but they also decided to create an MMO tie-in as well that continues.
That's on an opposite coast.
Yeah. But it's still cool they try to tie the two together. I mean, it's a massive undertaking. You don't see this, you rarely see this nowadays. And apparently it's paying off somewhat, because it's been announced that season 2 of Defiance has already been confirmed.
Greenlit. Yeah. What's weird, and I'm kind of shocked that after only 3 episodes they said, hey, we're going to do a season 2. Which means they've probably written out season 1 all the way. They probably got the arc written.
No, I believe it.
And then, I mean, they may have pulled a Straczynski, where, because Straczynski had B5's primary arcs written out before he ever shot camera.
True.
So it'll be interesting. I'm really liking the series. I'm really hoping the game's as good, because I'm actually strongly contemplating getting it. But it's not. The thing that's making me consider getting it is, 1, the tie into the series. 2, they went with the Guild Wars model.
They
buy
did
it once, and you don't have to pay a subscription. So I like that idea.
Yeah,
the reviews I've heard are mixed of the game.
Yeah, and see, that's the thing, though. I've seen gameplay footage. Unfortunately, because they follow the same pattern as Guild Wars 2, you can't try it out. There's no 7-day free trial or anything. You pay $60 or $100 for the special edition, right off the bat, and then you play. You don't have a demo or anything like that, which kind of sucks.
What I found though is I actually did, because I was contemplating, like I said, throwing down the money for the game, and I just read a whole bunch of reviews on it, including some spoiler-filled ones, and I've noticed that the reviews are pretty much one of 2 things. Either the reviewer loves it or the reviewer hates it.
Yeah.
Every reviewer says it's a solid game system, that the combat's solid. It's the amount of content and other stuff that, people either love it or hate it.
Yeah.
One or the other.
And it's
But it's a
because
solid game regardless.
it's because of that I'm still on the fence. I don't know if I'm going to buy the game.
I'm seriously toying with the idea. I've got other bills I have to pay first, but I'm seriously toying with the idea.
I mean, it sounds
Although
like
I
a
have
cool
a birthday
idea.
coming up, so I might,
Well, there you go, You gotta get something for yourself every once in a while,
Yeah, Poser Pro 2014 is coming out May 21st. So yeah, I've already got something I really, really want to get for myself.
All right. What should we talk about next?
I'm really curious about 26, and then we'll wrap with 27, or 31 rather.
Okay. Yeah, so going along, we've gone back between TV and movies. We're gonna go back to movies. We're gonna talk about Pacific Rim. This just looks so much fun.
Cannot wait.
And can I do it here? Oh, I can't do it here. Oh well. I like the fact that there's a number of things you can do online to try to help the hype expand for this movie. Not only is there some really epic trailers and content out there, but you have the ARGs, the alternate reality games, or the augmented reality games. I always mix it up. Augmented reality games. My apologies. If you follow them on like a couple of their websites, or you follow them on Facebook and Twitter, they try to showcase like news clips here and there, to try to make it seem like, oh, it's absolutely real. It's very nice. It's very Cloverfield-esque.
Yeah, it is, but unlike Cloverfield, you don't have to wait till the end of the movie to see the frickin' critter.
This is true. But one of the coolest things that I've seen that's come out, and it just happened recently, is that you can actually build your own Jaeger. That's what they call the giant mechs in Pacific Rim. So
and for those of us who are mech heads, hell yes.
So, I mean, you can go to the Pacific Rim website, their Facebook page. They have links to this all over the place. I was going to try to show it here, but my other computer is not nice.
Behaving.
Well, I mean, let's try this and see if it'll let me go full screen on this. We'll try one shot. Yes. Nope, it won't let me do the full screen. Fail. So, but yeah, you can go online and you can go to this website and you can create your own mech. You have a choice on all different parts, headpiece, body design. You have options for weaponry, whether you want swords or projectiles.
I'm taking that big ass spear off of the arm.
You can
That's
add.
kind of awesome.
That is actually pretty freaking cool. You can add your own decal, do some custom stuff. You can save them and share them with friends. But here is the best part. They go one step further than I've ever seen in one of these designs. Not only can you design your own Jaeger, but then you create your own poster with your creation. In the sense that you can not only name it, you can change the poster flag design, you change the poster design, what background you want, what's happening in the foreground, and you have multiple poses for your Jaeger. And then you can share it on Facebook and Twitter and all that, and download and make your own wallpaper. I think this is actually kind of a cool idea.
Oh, yeah.
I like what Japan Junkie in the chat is saying. I wonder if I can print it out on a 3D printer.
You're not generating a full 3D model, so unfortunately, no. If it was printing out generating a 3D model, and you had the ability to rotate it in space, you could capture that from the video card buffer using 3DX Ripper, and then you could convert it and print it in a 3D printer. We really need a 3D printer, Jason.
Well,
they're only $1,500.
Well, $1,300 actually if you buy them from Staples. This June, they're the first retail company that you can actually buy a professional level 3D printer.
Nice segue into that. By the way, what's the printing medium? Is it powder or liquid?
It's some sort of plastic stuff.
Duh. Powder or liquid?
Plastic stuff. I'm using very technical terms here.
I see. Okay.
To be honest,
like figure prints. The place that you can build your own WoW, you can get a figure of your WoW character. The way they do it is they lay down, throw down a layer of powder. Printer comes over, throws ink over the parts that catalyze the plastic, and then it builds it up from there. And then they go in there very carefully, vacuum out all the stuff that wasn't printed, which is then recycled and reused, and you have your model remaining after they bake. I think they bake it for a little while to cure it, but so that's what I was wondering is if it's paper or if it's, because I've seen homemade 3D printers where you feed it the plastic wire and you get the goo and the like the one they had at oh no, you didn't go to DEF CON 18, did you?
No, but I had a bunch of friends who went, so
Yeah, so you've seen what I'm talking about. So either way,
I stand by what I said. Plastic stuff.
Plastic stuff. Okay, fair enough.
Okay. Well, before we wrap it up, as always, with what we're watching, shall we showcase one trailer that is just beyond epic? At least to me, because I've seen it, but you haven't.
No, I haven't, and I'm hoping it restores my faith in the franchise.
It restored my faith, so...
Then just roll it. Don't say what it is. Talk
Okay.
about it after. Roll it.
I don't want to talk about this soon, but here.
Holy shit. Now, is this movie or OVA or series?
A 4-part OVA that will be shown each
Okay.
part will be individually shown in Japan theaters, and with 1 month later after each theater showing will be available on DVD and Blu-ray. And the official Japanese Blu-rays will have English subs.
Oh, man. Because I'm looking at the quality of that, I'm like going, holy crap, that's like perfect blue level of animation quality.
This is production IG when they have a really good budget and the time
Yeah,
to work.
they have a real budget, and the that one scene where she turns around, that's rotoscope. That's clearly rotoscope. I'm just
Like I said,
oh my god, okay, I'm starting to get a little faith back.
I mean, we all kind of went a collective what when they announced Ghost in the Shell Arise and the prequel and the different design from Otoko. But to be honest, the more that I look into this and I read the little preview comic they have online, and I started seeing some more of the designs, and I'm starting to get a feel for where Production IG is going with this story. And then I see this trailer and I went, okay, all doubts are gone. I'm gonna.
Well, yeah, I was really scared when I saw the initial character designs because you remember the first thing I had with Standalone Complex was I hated the character designs. I mean, the simplicity, how simplistic they went with it.
Which I'm kind of
And then
opposite
I thought
against
that-
you on that.
And then I saw, well, I'd been spoiled with what we had in the movies.
True.
The character designs from the original Ghost in the Shell were incredible.
They were, and they still are.
And they oversimplified it, in my opinion, for Standalone Complex. But then I watched it and saw the story, and the story just grabbed me.
Oh, it was damn good writing.
And then I saw these character designs. I'm like going, okay, they're radically altering Motoko. What are they doing to the rest of the characters? And then I saw the quality of the animation that's in this trailer, and I'm like going, okay, I am willing to give it another shot because, yeah.
Yeah, that's my thoughts on it. I think, I mean, this is definitely going to be a prequel to everything.
It's a prequel?
It's a prequel. That's why she's younger, and this is a prequel to everything, to the movies, the TV series, everything.
See, I did not know that.
Yeah, that's why she has a younger body. That's why they have a different voice cast for her. I think it's Maya Sakamoto is actually the voice actress for Motoko.
Really?
Yeah.
Do they at least bring back the same guy as and that explains why the chief has brown hair instead of gray, but he's still bald.
Yeah. This is essentially going to take place while they're all part of like military intelligence before they formed Section 9.
Oh, okay, that actually.
So,
and Shiro's got a hand in this.
Shiro has a hand in this, yes.
Does he have a hand in its story? Have they identified what hand he's got?
If I
Or is
remember
it just that, yes, you may do it.
If I remember correctly, it was he had approval over the story.
Nice.
So, I'm looking forward to this now. I was on the fence, but now I'm like, oh, let's just watch this and get this over with. We don't have too much time to wait. I mean, it comes out in theaters in Japan June 22nd. It's available on DVD and Blu-ray July 26th of this year. And like I said, if you want to spend $100, you can get this first episode on Blu-ray with English subtitles in the official Blu-ray version shortly thereafter.
I wonder who's going. You think Funny will pick it up?
It's got to be someone funny. You know what? I would not be surprised if Sentai picks it up because they've been grabbing
They're
up.
still fighting. Yeah, they're still fighting the ADV war.
True, but they've recently announced a crap load of series acquisitions. Like they're getting back to the same pattern that they had back when they were ADV.
Yeah, hopefully they'll stop. They'll just not do all the live action crap stuff. I mean, don't get me wrong. I liked Andromeda, but
Stick to what you're good at.
Yeah, stick to what you're good at. Don't go grabbing stuff like Andromeda and oh god, what's the other thing? Not Free Space. The one with the Jim Henson characters. They then went on to do Farscape.
Farscape, okay.
Farscape was great, don't get me wrong, but why the hell did ADV distribute it, you know?
Yeah, true. All right.
I digress.
Like we always end our shows with, Michael, what have you been watching?
Still Justice League, although I am finally over halfway through season 2.
Okay.
I burned through like 10 episodes in 2 days.
Damn.
So there's some and these are some of these episodes are stuff I haven't seen, and I'm just like I'm impressed at how good the writing really was, even for, I mean, this is back in 2000. The first Justice League series was released in 2000, 2001, and I'm really impressed at how good the writing was back then. And I'm also seeing where some of the groundwork that I'd seen in Justice League Unlimited, I'm now seeing with groundwork where some of the sub-story lines were laid out in Justice League, and it makes sense. A lot of stuff makes like the interaction. You actually get to see the relationship build between Green Lantern and Hawkgirl.
Oh, cool.
You're actually starting to see that blossom and how they're getting interested in each other.
Okay.
Although there are a couple of things where, like, you know, at first they weren't afraid to let people die, and if they're aliens, they still do. But there was a couple episodes where they did a whole lot of the G.I. Joe thing, where, you know, the character they blow the crap out of the plane, and the guy ejects just in time, you know, stuff like that. It's like, really. That's kind of weak, but okay.
I remember, kids, that's why you ask your parents before going online. The more you know.
Yeah, really. The more you know. Stop all the downloading.
Oh, man.
Switches. So yeah, but that's what largely I've been watching.
Nice, very nice. I went through a crap load of stuff in terms of a bunch of stuff on Crunchyroll lately. Haven't watched too much on the TV except for this past weekend. Of course, I watched the latest F1 race, which was actually really good. But now that, you know, I'm getting, you know, we got this news about the IT crowd returning, kinda. I may need to go back and rewatch all of the IT crowd sometime this next week.
Okay.
So I really enjoyed it. So
get a marathon it. That's fine. I want to.
Sorry, go ahead.
I want to go back and rewatch Orphan Black because I'm noticing there's a lot of subtext and a lot of plant and payoff going on.
There's a hell of a lot of plant and payoff in this series.
And I really want to go back and rewatch all of Orphan Black. Surprisingly, as much as what I'm not been obsessed about watching, which kind of shocks me, has been Doctor Who.
Really?
I mean, I like Matt Smith. I like Clara. But she's not grabbing me the way I expected her to.
Okay. That's a fair thing to say.
I mean, I wasn't expecting Amelia Pond, obviously, because every companion's different.
Yes.
But I'm feeling about her a lot of the way I felt about Martha Jones. You know, I mean, Martha Jones was okay, but she was no Rose Tyler. And
they all can't be winners. Let's leave it at that.
Well, exactly. And I'm hoping that Moffat does something more with her.
Okay. Actually, I forgot to mention the last thing that I actually did. I actually marathoned rewatched an old series that just recently was put on Crunchyroll thanks to Aniplex. Read or Die, the TV series.
Love that series.
I saw that the other day and I went, okay, I got to rewatch that. And a few days ago I went, you know what? I'm gonna sit down and marathon this damn thing.
Wow.
So
The
10 plus
plot
hours later.
Yeah, the plot twist at the end of that thing.
Oh, it's still good. It's still so
It's
good.
still, I mean, it's great, but I mean, I remember watching that, and then that thing that happens right towards the end
Mm-hmm.
with the book, and I'm just like, really? OMFG.
Ah, true.
Oh,
All right.
man, that was some great storytelling.
That it was. All right, everybody. I think it's gonna be it for this episode. Do you have anything else to add, Michael, or we need to plug?
Uh,
Or
well, okay, next week I will not be here.
Trump?
Nikki will be covering for me.
Mhm.
So she's going to come in, and you guys will be talking about all sorts of stuff, including a lot of
A
comics.
lot of comic stuff. It's gonna be awesome.
That's her area. And our new project that is not for. We can give you one hint. The new project is not part of the Otaku Life or the DP Productions. I mean, we're associated with it, obviously, but it's not our show.
Even though we're producing it and hosting
Even though we're
it
producing it,
working.
and even though we're hosting it, and we're writing it, and we're running it, but we're doing it at the behest of
Yeah.
another convention. Oh fuck it, let's just say it. We're doing it for Japan Expo. We just don't know what it's called yet.
All right, if we're gonna let it out like that, might as well.
What kind of shirt am I wearing? This one, it's a series you can get. You want full screen me here? It's a series you can get. I forget the artist is written on the back of the shirt. I've really been on a pinup T-shirt kick lately, so I picked up. I saw this, and I have one with a. You guys have seen me wear the green one that has the Navy Corpsman girl on the front. I've got another one that's got a Russian cosmonaut chick. I've been really big on pinup T-shirts lately. There's another group called 7.62 Designs that made the zombie shirt I think I wore on the show once. Or the zombie hunter girl, and then another one's Death from Above. I've been really on a big pinup kick lately, so that's where the shirt is. This one I picked up at oh, hang on, it's hang on, BAUIDAMANN. I have
Yes,
no idea how to pronounce that. That's the artist. But yeah, they do really cool shirts. I picked this one up at the Betty Page store in Hollywood, actually.
Very nice.
So,
all right, and with that, I think it's a good time to end. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us tonight. Stay tuned for post show, and as always, for From Mother's Basement, I'm Jason,
and I am Michael.
and we will see you guys. Well, you won't see Michael, but you'll see me next week. Take it easy, everybody.